There must be a reason for me to say that the Dark type is currently at its peak in Generation 9.
Among the new Pokémon of this type, there are species that deal immense damage not only compared to the Dark type itself but also in the context of the entire Pokémon world. Honestly, I'm not sure what the exact reason behind this is, but the Scarlet and Violet Editions have brought about tremendous power with the contributions of the following high-offense Pokémon. The first Pokémon in this video is Kingambit, the evolved form of Bisharp. Bisharp was already formidable in Generation 8, and the extent of its evolution with Kingambit is unquestionably powerful. Currently, Kingambit is banned from the Nationdex tier and only appears in formats like Uber or Gen 9 OU on Pokémon Showdown. Kingambit possesses two abilities, Defiant and Supreme Overlord. Supreme Overlord increases its attack by 10% for each fainted Pokémon on its team, up to a maximum of 50%, equivalent to a choice band, allowing Kingambit to officially clean up late game. The other ability, Defiant, similar to Bisharp's, is more commonly used in double battles, where there are more Intimidates and Electro Webs. In single battles, it's mainly used to prevent opponents from defogging, so today I'll focus on the Supreme Overlord ability. The base speed of Kingambit is quite low, bordering on sluggish. Even if you invest fully in the speed stat, it won't outspeed much. However, being slower than opposing Kingambits puts you at a significant disadvantage, as a one low kick can instantly send your Pokémon back into its Pokeball.
To counter this, you can allocate all EVs into HP, considering that not many Kingambits carry low kick. The preferred Terra type for this Pokémon is unquestionably Flying.
It helps resist two significant weaknesses from fighting and ground types. Switching to the Fire type is also a viable option if you predict the opponent using moves like Will-O-Wisp. Named after a risky opening move in chess, Kingambit's playstyle involves a fair amount of risk-taking, requiring trainers to make numerous predictions and necessitating support from teammates. The indispensable move for Kingambit is Sucker Punch, allowing it to bypass opponents with lower speed and strike before they can react. While it may fail against non-damaging moves or if the opponent switches Pokémon or boosts stats, it forces opponents to predict whether Kingambit will use Sucker Punch, creating a mind game for both sides. If the opponent predicts incorrectly and takes a Kowtow Cleave to the face, they'll lose half of their HP instantly if there's no type resistance. This move never misses, making it a must-learn for nearly all Kingambits. The remaining two move slots can be customized based on your equipment. Iron Head is an option to handle Fairy-type Pokémon like Hatterene or those commonly using Terra Fairy moves, such as Skeledirge. Alternatively, Terra Blast can be used to counter Great Tusk or Low Kick to compete with the opponent's Kingambit, Heatran, and Tinglu. Finally, Sword Dance is never redundant, especially if you feel that Kingambit's physical attack stat of 405 isn't sufficient. Kingambit has various equipment choices. Black Glasses can be used to increase the coolness factor and the power of Dark-type moves. Choice Band is suitable if you want to maximize damage output, and Life Orb is also effective. Assault Vest works well when facing Pokémon with strong special attacks, like Fluttermanes or Volcarona. Lastly, Lumberry to cure burn is never redundant for offensive Pokémon. Due to the X4 damage from fighting-type moves, Kingambit is wary of these Pokémon, especially those with moves like Mach Punch. Its main counters include Urshifu, Iron Hand, and Great Tusk, as Kingambit has no way to KO them other than using Terra Flying-type moves and carrying Terra Blast. Physically robust walls like Dondoso, Skarmory, and Toxapex pose significant obstacles, as they can endure Kingambit's attacks for a long time and counter with Body Press, Scald, or Rocky Helmet.
In the realm of physical attackers, there's another noteworthy Pokémon, Xianpao, a standout newcomer in the 9th generation.
Dual Dark and Ice types, it's defensively frail, but this sword-toothed cat can crumble under even a regular attack. While its typing may not offer much in terms of defense, the key is making contact with it. Since its introduction, Xianpao has proven to be a formidable wall breaker with a base stat of 120 in attack and a speed of 135. Only a few Pokémon can match or surpass its speed, making it a potent offensive force. This offensive capability, coupled with its exclusive ability Sword of Ruin, which reduces the physical defense of all adjacent Pokémon, excluding itself, by 25%. Results in an additional 33% damage, essentially resembling a built-in life orb. Due to its aggressive playstyle, Chien-Pao's stat distribution is straightforward, maxing out speed and attack. For its Terra type, options include Ice or Dark for boosting stab damage, or Electric for a stab bolt beam combination. Additionally, Ghost type moves can outplay Fighting type moves and avoid Fake Out. The equipment choices for Chien-Pao can be categorized into two approaches: full force offense with Life Orb or Choice Band for massive damage to swiftly eliminate targets, or a safer playstyle with Focus Sash and Heavy Duty Boots for increased longevity, allowing it to battle for an extended period. Chien-Pao's moveset leans heavily towards offensive capabilities, with Crunch being the most reliable and powerful stab Dark-type move. As for the Ice-type stab move, you can choose between Icicle Crash for high damage and potential flinching, although it can miss, or Ice Spiner, which deals slightly less damage but can break through certain terrain effects. Chien-Pao also has access to two priority stab moves, Ice Shard and Sucker Punch. However, it's advisable not to carry both, and Sucker Punch is preferred due to its higher damage output, capable of one-hit knocking out important opponents like Flutter Mains. In the final move slot, Sacred Sword allows Chien-Pao to handle threats like Kingambit, Heatran, or other Chien-Pao. Electric-type Terra Blast enables it to effectively counter numerous opponents, particularly tanky Pokémon that tend to switch to water to cover their weaknesses. And, of course, Sword Dance is never redundant in any situation. The major drawback of Chien-Pao lies in its poor defensive capabilities, making it challenging to enter the battlefield unless sacrificing a teammate or utilizing other pivot tankers for support, Slowking being an example, capable of both bringing Chien-Pao onto the field and setting up a snowy weather condition to increase its resistance. Chien-Pao also despises hazards on the field due to its ice typing and the risk of losing its Focus Sash. Pokémon capable of dealing with threats like Great Tusk or Iron Treat become valuable allies, with Iron Treat even having Volt Switch for easy pivot. To counter Chien-Pao, Urshifu Rapid Style is a notable mention, capable of resisting both stab moves and countering its Focus Sash entirely with Surging Strike's triple-hit attack. Iron Hand, Toxapex, and Dondoso also pose significant obstacles to Chien-Pao, making it difficult for it to secure knockouts. The last Pokémon featured in today's video is also one of the 4 legendary Pokémon of the Paldea region, Chi-Yu. With its exclusive ability, Beads of Ruin, it can reduce the special defense of all surrounding Pokémon by 25%, excluding itself. Combined with a special attack stat of 135, Chi-Yu can blow away Pokémon that are not too sturdy with just one move. The Fire and Dark types complement its offensive capabilities well, as only 46 Pokémon can resist both of these stab types. Similar to Chien-Pao, Chi-Yu is as fragile as your wallet at the end of the month. It survives by swiftly defeating opponents before they have a chance to retaliate. Investing in HP doesn't change this dynamic, so feel free to focus entirely on this fish's attacking prowess. For Chi-Yu's Terra type, Dark and Ice are obvious choices to boost damage from stab moves. Terra Ghost can help Chi-Yu withstand a close combat or Mach Punch and counter back. Alternatively, Terra Grass types can be chosen to face water and ground Pokémon. Chi-Yu does have a limitation in its speed, despite not being slow. Therefore, a Choice Scarf is a necessary and surprising item against fast opponents like Flutter Mains or Dragapult. Other equipment options, such as Choice Specs or Life Orb for maximizing damage, or Focus Sash and Heavy Duty Boots for survival, are also viable. As for Chi-Yu's moveset, it's relatively straightforward with an all-in approach. Flamethrower is the most reliable Fire-type stab move due to its 100% accuracy, even though its power is lower than Overheat and Fire Blast. Dark Pulse is the most reliable Dark-type stab move, and with luck, it may even cause the opponent to flinch. The last 2 move slots can be customized based on the item. If not using a Choice Scarf or Choice Specs, Nasty Plot can be used to boost Chi-Yu's attack, ensuring its damage is overwhelming for opponents, including Blissey. Alternatively, Psychic can be taught to handle Fighting-type Pokémon, and Terra Blast is a solid choice to deal with a variety of opponents. Chi-Yu's ideal teammate is one with the ability Drought or a move like Sunny Day to create sunny weather, such as Groudon or Koraidon. Great Tusk can remove hazards and counter Blissey, which is one of Chi-Yu's tough matchups. Additionally, Corviknight can use U-turn to safely bring Chi-Yu onto the battlefield and counter Darkspun. It may sound amusing, but this small dog can effectively counter Chi-Yu by being immune to Fire-type moves and resistant to Dark-type moves. On the flip side, sturdy defensive walls like Chansey, Blissey, Tinglu, and Hisuian Gudra pose significant challenges for the Golden Fish.
Finally, Urshifu Rapid Style can counter Chi-Yu both offensively and defensively.
And those are the 3 most powerful Dark-type attackers in Generation 9, according to my personal opinion. In the single battle National Dex format on Pokémon Showdown, all 3 have been banned. In the Gen 9 OU format, both Chi-Yu and Chien-Pao are restricted.
However, in Double Battles VGC, you can still use them as usual, as these 3 Pokémon seem to be more balanced in this setting. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video.
If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content.
Pokrane appreciates all of you guys.